We do got a lot going on today because Tesla might be back in action. They hinted in a notice to, I think, the SEC that they might be accepting cryptocurrency again, which of course was a huge catalyst for the bull run that we saw earlier this year. Tesla, of course, stopped accepting cryptocurrency because of the environmental concerns around it. A lot of these major public firms have ESG mandates, and they have to adhere to what their securities holders want them to invest in. And so they dropped Bitcoin for a little bit until the cryptocurrency was under 50% or over 50% rather powered by renewable energy. And seems maybe that threshold is passed for them and they're ready to accept it again. Of course, Tesla is still holding onto that major bag of Bitcoin at about $1.5 billion. Zach, I'm going to throw this over to you. Do you think this leads to another Bitcoin bull run?
I don't know. I mean, I think the Bitcoin as a treasury reserve asset is so 2020. I don't know if that's going to get the people excited here in 2021 toward the tail end of it. And I don't know that Bitcoin payments is really going to do much for Tesla, right? We saw that during this brief experiment, I think one car was sold using Bitcoin. I'd have to double check that, go back to see the reporting before they pulled the plug on the thing. But I just don't know. So it's interesting to see Tesla's market cap surpass 1 trillion. So this is a big company doing big things. I think the news that Hertz was going to buy something ridiculous like 100,000 Teslas and make them a part of their fleet was really interesting as well. As far as it relates to the Bitcoin stuff, I don't know. I think the treasury asset stuff, the treasury reserve stuff in Bitcoin is super duper interesting. Again, I'm kind of bearish on like Bitcoin payments, especially in the Tesla context. So I don't know if people are going to get hyped about this. It's Elon adjacent, so that they might, but I just don't know. But I'm very curious for your thoughts, Will.
Yeah, I wonder if like the meme has kind of played itself out with this whole Bitcoin story. Of course, Bitcoin is a means of payment. It's not a popular means of payment by any means, but it is one nonetheless. And I think that a lot of treasuries have been holding Bitcoin over the last year or have been adhering to it, but like we haven't seen it in a while, right? We haven't seen it probably in about 6 months. We haven't seen a larger company been allocating towards it. The meme right now is ETFs, and will like an ETF kind of lift Bitcoin? One meme that is interesting is to see Tesla break $1 trillion as a market cap, and it's on the back of Hertz buying a lot of their EVs. This is the largest EV purchase for a rental company in history. And Hertz, if I'm not mistaken, had a lot of problems earlier this year, right? Is that the same rental company, or am I thinking of a different one where they almost like kind of fell out of the whole game there, and they somehow came back, and now they're buying a bunch of Tesla. So, it's funny to see all these memes interact with each other. Tesla, Hertz, Bitcoin. But Jen, I'll throw it down to you.
Yeah, I was reading this and I thought, like, does anyone want to buy a Tesla with Bitcoin? And Zach reminded us that only one person actually bought a Tesla with Bitcoin. I remember CoinDesk journalists. That we know of, yes, that we know of. CoinDesk journalists calling Tesla to find out what the process was, and a lot of the employees didn't know, or they were transferred on to head office. And so, Will, you mentioned that Tesla said that they would accept crypto. Did they say like a variety of cryptocurrencies, or is it only Bitcoin? Because I think I agree with Zach that Bitcoin as a payment method for Teslas is kind of a weak story for me. Maybe other crypto might be more interesting, just given the price of Bitcoin right now and inflation rates. I don't think Naomi might disagree with me, but I don't think people are going to be wanting to spend their Bitcoin. But I don't know if you have any clarity for me on that.
Yeah, I agree. Like people don't spend Bitcoin. It's not a means of payment. It's terrible for that. I mean, it's an interesting question because he has already put all of the maxis offside. They already hate him. There's the F Elon conference that I'm not sure how well that did, but it was a full meme where the maxis were just hating on him because they dared tread on their holy ground. And so now maybe it's cleared the way for him to accept payments in other currencies, seeing as the maxis hate him anyway. One thing I will point to in the article that I thought was really wise words from him, they talk about how Shiba Inu dropped 20% over the weekend because he disclosed that he owned 0 of it. It's hilarious to see him like punching out these tweets, memeing different coins, and then to find out like, so are you like a whale? And he's like, no, I don't own any of that. And he says he cautioned crypto enthusiasts not to divert their savings into meme cryptocurrencies like Shiba Inu or Floki Inu, which was named after his own Shiba Inu puppy. And he says, as I've said before, don't bet the farm on crypto. True value is building products and providing services to your fellow human beings, not money in any form. I think that's just so well said, providing value and not the speculative side of things. So people take note and don't bet all of your life savings on meme coins. But we will be talking about inflation later on in the show, and diversifying assets is definitely a good thing. Don't know whether you want to diversify into something like Shiba Inu, though. I kind of agree with Elon there. It's smart, Matt. I'll throw it back to you, Will.
Yeah, I would push back on one point. I do think Bitcoin is a good means of payment when you're operating in large volumes of dollars or large volumes for payment. So if you're buying 100,000 Teslas, you're talking millions upon millions of dollars. And it does make sense to use Bitcoin in that sense because you're moving large amounts of money and you want to have security. Bitcoin provides that. And Bitcoin's really cheap right now to use. The fees are like close to under 10 cents, which compare that to using a stable coin on Ethereum right now, and you're just not going to have the same experience. Of course, there's other payments out there, but you're not going to get that. And to wrap it up, Jen, I think that they are only accepting Bitcoin as far as I understand it, even though Musk does hold Ethereum, Bitcoin, and some Doge. But Zach?
Were you suggesting that Hertz was making this big Tesla buy with Bitcoin?
He was. He made that
a massive story. If Hertz is a
story, but that's not what happened
giant
here.
Bitcoin bag holder. Yeah. Dang it. All right. Well, you heard that rumor here first. Don't go spread any fake news, people.